One thing I really wanted to talk about, and I love talking about, is a different framework for thinking about how you take risk. This is what I call the probabilistic framework. So you're changing your thinking in order to change your results. What do I mean by this? Well, first of all, I'd lead off with a quote: "May the odds be ever in your favor." Obviously, this is from the Hunger Games. It's a little bit tinged with irony, but I like this quote because you want, when you're trading, for the odds to be in your favor, ever in your favor. So how do we do that? What are we talking about here? Well, the first is what's the problem, right? The problem is too often we're thinking about short-term outcomes, right? You know, I put on this trade, it was a winner. I put on that trade, it was a loser. And we're not really thinking about the process behind it. And we're also too kind of focused on one outcome, right? You know, one trade does not make your year, or shouldn't make your year. So we want to shift our thinking away from that, and we want to change away from that mentality. We also want to stop thinking about money, and we want to reduce its emotional impact. So obviously, if you are, you have a position on and you're thinking, oh, if this position works, I'll make X. Or if that position it doesn't work, then oh my God, my year is busted and I've lost, 100 grand. Or you think, I have a good month and then I can buy myself a new house. That actually is destructive because, again, it has you thinking about the wrong things. It has you thinking about the outcome rather than the inputs that get you there. So we want to stop thinking about, we want to talk about results. We want to talk about them, though, in a language that shifts away from money. We want to shift away from money because we want to talk again about the inputs and what's going on with process. And also we want to this is another way of reducing the emotional impact that money has. I have a friend named Charles Faulkner. He's featured in, I think, New Market Wizards, and he works as a trading coach. And he has this great quote. He's like, from the time we're very young and we first understand or start to understand what money is, it has a magical power on us, right? It's kind of like, some hypnotic thing. And unfortunately, that persists, right? So money, even when we start trading, has this very magical kind of, almost religious property to it. And we want to get away from that. That's why we don't want to talk about money, because it's always tinged with some kind of emotion. The other thing is that we want to make sure that we have a framework to guide our methodology. So we talk about, process, we talk about a methodology, but like, what is the right methodology to have, right? What is a better methodology to have than the one we have now? So we want really a framework for having this discussion. We want some objective kind of yardstick for comparing methodologies, for figuring out what's a good one, what's a bad one. The answer to all of this is statistics and probability. It gives us, first of all, a language for discussing edge, for discussing strategy, for discussing process. It also focuses us on process and on long-term results. It shifts away from short-term results and just short-term outcome thinking. When you're talking about statistics, you're thinking about big sample sizes. What is the trend, the tendency, and that's why I like it.